Klutch simulations.
What's going on, guys? Klutch here. Once again, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at some more new mods for Farming Sim 19. We got a couple new ones. These are PC only based mods, PC mods in the ModHub. There's only two of them that came out today. One is a map, however. You're looking at right now, Hofgut Brook. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. I don't know if I am, but you could let me know in the comments if I missed it. And the other one is vehicle tabbing or park vehicle. So let's quickly talk about that before we look at this interesting map. So the park vehicle mod allows you to make it so the vehicles do not select automatically. I'm going to go inside here. Actually, let's go in here. So this is the starting equipment we have on the map. We'll discuss that a little bit more further in detail in a second. And if I jump into the case here, and you can see in the bottom left-hand corner where the speedometer is, there's a little new symbol there. I can hit Control T and bring this up. Now, if it's got the crosshairs through it, it means you can no longer tab to that vehicle. It's parked, essentially. So if I set the case as the cross goes through it and I go exit the vehicle to the New Holland, I can no longer get to the case. It's been deselected. I'm just cycling through the vehicles that I have available now, and the case will never come up. So now if I get out of the New Holland, go back over to this case, select that again, so now it's available to be selected. I can tab through this, and now I can go back to the case. Interesting. So the control for that, once you have it downloaded and activated, is going to be Control T, and that will give you access to those vehicles and parking them, essentially. Interesting little mod that deselects vehicles for you. Now, in multiplayer, the understanding is that that only happens for you. It does not happen for everybody in the multiplayer game. So if you decide to try to make it so a vehicle is unavailable to one of your farm hands, they will still be able to use it or to tab to it, essentially. It's just you will not be able to do it. So I hope that's clear. Anyways, let's talk about the map. Wow. Brook, I guess, is more prominently called Hofgut Brook. So this is a small area, I guess, directly on the Baltic Sea. So a lot of big fields in the area. Let's bring up the main map here. I'll bring it up so we can look at it quickly. So here's our main farm. This is the farm you start with. Now, obviously, if you are starting on any other modes other than New Farmer, you can select which modes you want to start with or which area you want to start in. I would highly suggest New Farmer. Just, again, there's been a lot of work done in this area. It's kind of a nice little farm to start with, to be honest. But so this is our main farm, and then you also have the main town site along here between 34, 32, 30 fields, and 35. So this is kind of the main town site. Now, not a lot of sell points. In fact, there's no sell points in the town. Sell points are kind of located all around. If I zoom out a bit here, you can see down on this side here is a sell point, down in the bottom corner, and then over on the far side is a biogas plant. Another flat area down here for another farm if you want to do some multiplayer farming, which isn't bad. And then you have the Baltic Sea, I guess, all in the northern section here. So let's go take a quick look just in, we'll go around in landscape mode here and just look at some of these areas. All right, so here is our farm area. We'll go into more detail on our farm once we take a quick look around the map. But it's a nice little space. You have a fairly wide open area here if you want to put your own placeables at some point later on. But let's not worry about that too much. I'll bring up the mini map so you guys can see that as well here. That's what we're looking at. So if I go north and head towards the main little town site, you can see there is a small town site here. Once again, that nice little spot right in here with some garages. I guess you'd be able to purchase these if you really wanted to purchase this area, or you could probably just use these garages. No one would know the difference. They're all openable. You recognize these garages as mods that are available in game actually as well. But here's a small town that kind of borders your farm area. You can see farm field 29 is what we own. That's what we started off with New Farmer mode. The rest of the fields, they vary in prices. Now, the larger fields, you're looking at somewhere like 1.5, 1.6 million, up to 2.2 million, I believe, for like field 28 on the far east or western side there. Some of the other fields, you're down around $200,000 to $400,000 for some of the smaller ones, but there's a lot of large fields here, guys. I'm going to warp all the way up to the top here. So here's some interesting larger fields. 31 we're near here right now. All kind of different shapes as well. And I kind of like that rather than just being all square. We've got a bit of a beach area here. Looks pretty cute and nice like that. Not a lot of people wandering around though. Alright, so this one here, another large field, field 4. All of the fields, it seems like on this map, tend to be a little on the large side. I mean, even field 29, which we own. I'll zoom back over here. So here we are on field 29. This is the field that we start off with. It's all grass to begin with, which is okay. But it's a fairly good sized field considering what we start off with. Yeah, like it's a good size. It's actually split up into two. You can see we've got barbed wire that goes up between the two of them. I haven't messed around with to see if that barbed wire fence comes down. I'm assuming that it's a lot like Mercury, where we'll be able to cut those down. I have not messed with it to find out for sure yet. So we've got these two fields right here. Both are set up as grass right now, so you'd have to figure out if you want to do something with those. But that's what you start off with in new farmer mode at least. And then right across the way here we've got field 8, which is currently as corn, it looks like. Yeah. But once again, a massive field. And I'm going to scoot all the way across here over to the forest so you can quickly take a look at that. But I mean, these are absolutely massive fields. I mean, look at the distance here. Oh man. And the funny thing is, none of them are square. They are all a different shape, a little bit of rolling hills going on. And then we also have a forestry area here as well. Look at that. Pretty good little forested area. And I'll scooch all the way down to the biogas plant as well while we're looking at it. And we'll make our way across this massive field 28. Has some swampy areas in the middle that you have to negotiate, I suppose, or figure out what we're going to do with. And our biogas plant is right up at the top here. And we also, looks like we have an animal area. That doesn't make sense. Oh, it's a sawmill. That's right. Sawmill. We got our sawmill and biogas plant on the other side. Very standard placeables for that stuff. All right, let's go take a quick look at the shop, which is just right up here. There we go. So it is the standard Europe shop, as you can see. Yeah, it's got a sell point as well right here. Interesting little ramp here for selling vehicles, it looks like. Awesome. All right, and then last of all, there's a little spot down in the far corner here. Like I said, a placeable spot where you could have a second player start a farm, or you could start this as your farm as well, I suppose. There's just a bit of a one building here and a big flat spot to start off with, and as well a fairly large area field here, which you could use as the remainder of your farm if you wanted to. Anyways, let's zoom back. I'm going to head back to our farm. I do want to talk about some of the options that are available right off the bat if you go with new farmer mode in our farm. It's kind of an interesting situation. Actually, I really like this little path through the woods here. This looks great. Didn't even noticed this before. Look at that. That's very nice. Very nicely done. I like that. Great map. Here we go. We'll take a look at the dealerships here as well. So the dealers are a little bit interesting. There's not a lot of icons on the map to find a lot of this stuff are on the map in the game itself. On the map, you can kind of find out where all the sell points are. As you can see, here's a sell point. But for instance, there's a chicken sell point here as well, and I don't believe that the icon will pop up in this. You just have to kind of figure out where it is. And I've noticed that with a couple of the options as well. So here's all the main sell points. You can see I'm surrounding this little area here. There's another sell point right in here as well. But trying to find the sell points on the map, you just have to kind of figure out where they are. Look at that little trail. I love that. I love the little trails through here. That's great. Let's head back to our farm here. Get rid of this map. This big map, go down to small. Now, for instance, the cattle area. Let's see. Which one is the cattle area on this one? I think it's right here. It's this big building. So this here is our cattle area, essentially, for the farm. Now, you'll notice there are no icons anywhere on this. So trying to figure out exactly where your water and food go, well, you'll have to look at the troughs, obviously. That's a good determinant. So that one there would be water. Our food, I don't know where our food is. Is there something on this side? Nope, must be outside. And I should say all the doors as well are all functional. And the easiest way to figure out where everything is, bring up your controls. And let's see if I jump over this. I think it's right here. Here we go. Open animal dialogue. So that'll be the one way of telling this. And from here you can obviously go buy your cows. So we'll buy a bunch of cows here. Put them into our farm. Boom. Where'd they all go? Look at the size of the field. Now, I know I've complained about this before. I want a massive field where I can put cows everywhere. This is kind of one where it allows you to do that. Look at them all. Look at the distance. See if I can get some more in here. I have no idea how many we can put in where it actually shows the amount. I don't know if it's going to make any kind of a difference. There we go. It's a little bit better. But look at the size of the field now. So the cows have actually taken over this entire space. And it feels a lot more authentic in that sense. You can see them all the way down there. There's cows wandering around this large field. That is cool. Love that. That is so good. All right, so like I said, though, once you go inside, you do need to figure out where all the sell point or all the trigger points are for everything. I don't even know where the food trigger point is yet. I have to figure that one out. But you can see here we have our slurry and manure is down on this side for the cows, which is very cool. There's slurry. And we got a small manure pit right here as well. But I do like how the cows kind of take over this whole entire field, and it's a pretty big size field. So that's that whole fenced-in area that was done with barbed wire. Anyways, the same goes with our horses. So I'm going to zoom over here quickly. Oh, I should have got fast running on. But let's see if I can find it exactly. All right, once again, you'll have to tell by the troughs which ones go where, but that's normal, I suppose, anyways, for most. Now the sell point, or the purchase point right here, animal dialogue. So we can open this gate up, purchase a bunch of horses. There we go. And now you can see our horses have populated this whole field the whole way through. They're not just stuck in one little pen. And I don't know, I really find that's cool. It's authentic. I love it. Are we allowed any more horses? Is that it? I think I've maxed out, haven't I? I'm surprised that's all we're allowed. Let me double check. Nope, we reached our capacity. So it's 16. It's still the same amount of purchasable horses as a regular pen, I suppose. Yeah, it looks like 16. But it's just the pens are so much bigger. You can see all the way down the far end. There's a couple wandering way down there, a good, half a kilometer away. Anyways, guys, this is kind of a cool map. This is a little bit different than anything else that we've got. It's pretty high quality from what I've seen and played with. I have not tested absolutely everything on this. This is more of a first look. But I'm pretty excited about this one. I think I may have to give this one a shot in multiplayer. Very cool looking map. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave me a thumbs up. To help the old YouTube bots, and if you didn't, well, hit the old thumbs down too, that's okay. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, guys, do not forget to subscribe. And other than that, we will see you guys next time. This is Klutch, over and out.